Now, this can spread just by virtue of the self-teaching nature of the procedures.
Yeah, yeah.
It's psychoactive, without a doubt, yeah.
Is that what you when you mentioned like you said it's psychoactive? Yeah, yeah. How would I mean? Like I say, going back to what I mentioned before with the, and I know you said it's adjunct to this with the SHOS course. You know, how does that is that still? Because I'm learning these procedures obviously, and I know as I'm doing that's enough at the moment anyway with what I'm doing, learning from you. But is there a because I've still got that course, but obviously it was all very, as I mentioned before, it was new to me. Is there still a great benefit? Is there a benefit between the? I know there is.
Well,
is there a benefit doing that
new
course or trying to go through that course
let's
again?
take an example.
Would you
He
say
talked about
with
willpower?
Sort of.
And his idea was you watch the second hand of a watch or a clock. Well, sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's a way of disciplining attention. But if you really want to generate willpower, what you do is bring the four TetraSeed faculties online. That massively turns on willpower. The weaknesses of willpower come from inability to keep your attention on something, which means forgetting what you were doing, or being closed to new input. That's the imagination channel closing down.
Yeah.
Or being stuck in a memory of what's what about reality. Those are the four weaknesses to willpower. So if you just get the four faculties turned on, your willpower is made accessible to you. Then you can look at the watch, and it's a different experience than doing it without turning on the faculties. Likewise, you can go with you can look at the stage memes, and you can do it. It's surely a mental process at that stage. The way he teaches it, it's dominant mental. It's not even particularly emotional. Now, if you run TetraSeed procedures, it surfaces the emotional aspect of that insight. So the TetraSeed procedures empower any procedure that you do. Any teaching will be empowered by the TetraSeed procedures.
If I can ask, because I know you went through. I mean, I know you knew about the course many years ago, because not that it's not that it's with me. It was a strange one because I only got so far, and then it sort of it seemed very obviously I did. It was very deep to me. It was very, it was like, but. Would you? I mean, I'm now. So, like forging an integral life practice. Is that something that's because the emotional side doing the TetraSeed? That's the emotional part, isn't it? Is that on your opinion? I know you're going to having an integral life practice is of a great benefit in all to function in all ways. Because that's what the course came down to, didn't it? I think as people have like suggesting like a emotional state, a meditation state, or a physical state, or is that what the course was generally leading to?
Let's look at some of the divisions. They have stages.
An integral life practice
that goes magenta through. Okay. You have states: waking, dreaming, sleeping. You have lines of development. That means any, basically, skill or competency.
Yeah.
You have shadow. There's a fifth one that isn't coming to mind right away. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it was. Some time ago, wasn't it? What was that? Because there was also the.
Okay, right. Type.
I think you've mentioned like.
Okay.
Is it typology?
The problem with type is when type gets
something
crippled
like
or
they had
polluted.
all that. Yeah, that's where it went a bit.
Generally by forms of internal conflict. Okay, so you can see how TetraSeed procedures can clean that up, run an inverter. So in each of those facets, if you want to bring that course to life, you could do a TetraSeed procedure, say a crystal crown procedure, or later when you know the setup procedure, when I publish it, you could just say stages and run through stages in the crystal crown.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example using the setup procedure. This will be like a first exposure. You'll see how similar it is to the crystal crown. So stages, imagining stages, imagining, stages, changing, stages, changing, appearance, changing appearance, stages, imagining, stages, imagining stages, appearance, stages, appearance, changing, appearance, changing, stages, imagining, stages. So that's driving in the 4 pegs. See? Now you felt what happened. Every time we did that, we got a new perspective. We got changing, appearance, and so you can take that and you can apply that structure or process to stages, states, lines, shadow, and types, and turn on your focus. Turn your focus onto each of those much more vividly than just having somebody lecture to you.
Yeah. Got you. So learning the TetraSeed, so I know what you say, so it sets you up, not that you have to do that other course, I mean that's not even a thing, it's just something as its development, and it's I know you've mentioned it a few times, and people have mentioned it.
And for shadow's a big
brings
deal.
that on board a lot quicker.
You can do it. You take something you don't like about somebody.
Yeah.
And for comparison, Ken Wilber teaches the 3-2-1 process.
Yeah.
You describe it, then you externalize it as if you're talking to it, and then you internalize it. Well, it works, I think, just as well or maybe better if you just run it through a setup procedure.
Yeah.
That way you're already seeing it subjectively, objectively. You're getting all the facets of it. And that way you can take something that troubles you about somebody else and you can clean it up in yourself.
Yeah.
That way they don't trigger that in you. Or if they do trigger it, it's only momentary. It isn't like you're stuck and glued to it.
Yeah. I think we're... Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I think we meet the moment. Well, not the moment, because I'm learning from that. I'm learning from you, obviously, and I'm learning from that. It's just still in that situation where, for instance, if you do like a gold key release, it's making sure. Then again, it works anyway. I've noticed that making sure what I'm putting through it is stated correctly. If you know what I mean, not too long or whatever. But each time I've done it, it seems to work better, especially that last gold, as I mentioned, that last gold key release.